Tinubu's speech threat to judiciary, Atiku says. Everybody is reacting to this, and this is still revolving around that statement he made that any court order that will truncate Nigerian democracy will no longer be tolerated. Exactly. So, former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar had described President Bola Tinubu's Democracy's Day speech as a veiled threat to the judiciary, which is adjudicating on petitions challenging his declaration as winner of the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Atiku, in a statement by his special assistant on public communication to Atiku Abubakar, Frank Shaibu, said Tinubu had no constitutional powers to determine what an illegal or legal court order is. He said the president, through his speech, has shown that he planned on running an autocratic government. He said it was funny that Tinubu, who has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of court orders, could turn around to threaten the judiciary now that he has found his way into power. What is an illegal court order? Is it an order that Bola Tinubu finds unfavorable? Is it within his powers to determine what order to obey and which one to disregard? This is a man who rose to power after several applications were dismissed based on technicalities. This is a man who just last week obtained a court order in order to stop the Nigerian Labour Congress on strike. However, now he suddenly realized that unnecessary so-called illegal orders used in truncated democracy will no longer be tolerated when his minions in Lagos State deprived non-indigens from voting. What an hypocrite. Atiku claimed Tinubu wants to impose the leadership of the legislative arm of government and wants to force the judiciary to bow to his will. Does he want to turn Nigeria into a dictatorship? Atiku also accused the president of mocking those who had gone to court to challenge his victory, stating that Tinubu has himself always been at the forefront of challenging the victory of others whenever his candidate loses. Tinubu said openly that he helped Rauf Aregbesola, Kayode Fayemi, and Dan Soshomole to regain their mandates through the court. Even his cousin, Gboyega Oyetola, who lost the Osun governorship election, went to challenge the victory of Governor Ademola Adeleke in court. So why didn't he advise them to accept defeat? His predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, lost the presidential election thrice and went to court 3 times. Yet, Tinubu is painting a narrative that it is only sore losers that challenge the outcome of elections. If he is sure of electoral victory in the last election, then he should be confident and stop trying to intimidate the judiciary and compromise opposition politicians with appointments. The former vice president dismissed the stance of President Tinubu that he felt the pains of the citizens after the end of the first subsidy regime. He did not feel any pain, that is the truth. Tinubu insults the intelligence of Nigerians by claiming that he feels the pains of subsidy removal. For emphasis, managing partner of KPMG, Yemi Kale, said the inflation next month could be as high as 30%. Yet, there is no palliative in place as of now. Tinubu has not shown any sign of reducing the cost of governance, cutting down the presidential fleet, or reducing the number of appointees he will have. Rather, he wants Nigerians to make sacrifices for his lack of planning. This is preposterous, Atiku said. So all of these, again, is coming on the heels of the Democracy Day address that was made by Tinubu to Nigerians. Okay, so for now it has been analyzed in a different way by Atiku and Frank Shaibu of the PDP, saying Tinubu, who has been a beneficiary of court orders and court judgment, cannot come now to say that people should not, or any judgment from court, that truncate democracy will not be tolerated. After all, he confessed how he helped Kayode Fayemi, how he helped Aregbesola, and how he helped his brother or his cousin Oyetola of Osun State, okay, and how he also helped Adams Oshomole to recover all their mandates through court judgment. So is it now that court judgment will become illegal? And who gave him power to determine what is which court order is legal and which court order is illegal? Because he does not have that power. He is supposed to be within the executive and allow the legislators and the judiciary to do their job. And even as that now, he is also influencing who should be the head of the Senate and head of the House of Rep. At the same time, trying to compromise opposition party members by giving them appointment so that they will not probably worry him. So he cannot come here and tell Nigerians which court order to obey and which not to obey, or which one he will obey, which one he will not obey, except if he wants to turn Nigeria to a state of dictatorship, and that will also be resisted. This is democracy, and it is not military. Okay. So that is what PDP is saying, that he had just succeeded in threatening the judiciary by making all these statements. Meanwhile, he has been a beneficiary of the judicial judgment in the past. So this is a complex one for him. So much illiteracy or half education is disease, always on the line of justifying himself. Okay, nothing good in the eyes of Atiku because of self-opinion. There's nothing wrong. Atiku is just saying the truth, because just like every other Nigerian saying it, that Tinubu's statement must be a subtle target on the presidential election tribunal that is currently sitting to determine the legitimacy of his return to office as president. That is the truth. So I'm sure the judges or the justices and all the legal practitioners that are in that tribunal have gotten the message, and I'm sure only God knows what will be the outcome. A lot of Nigerians actually are not expecting anything good from that tribunal because it's obviously going to be influenced. Obviously going to be influenced. Okay. Somebody said it takes a radical judge to make a radical judgment, but they are few. Can we find any in the tribunal? Nigeria needs them now. So far, I have my respect for Peter Obi and Atiku. So far, they have made positive inputs to the nation's democracy. The likes of Mahmoud Yakubu have just caused us bigger pains in Nigeria. The likes of Mahmoud Yakubu will not be in the scene again. Tinubu is sitting right now because the tide will not spare him if he miscalculates in his decisions. You can now see leaders giving account of their stewardship due verification. The Igbos have the brain, no argument about it. Use your best to get the best. That's what that guy is saying. Another person say here, the only man from North that can stand and call a spade, a man that condemns evil, that is Atiku. Even though Atiku also has his own baggage that is yet to remove from his head. Atiku and the rest, people just write and be insulting people without looking at the implication. Okay, but the fact remains here that the signal Tinubu passed in his address on Democracy Day against the judiciary has been spotted and it's been analyzed, and definitely is also put on the watch. So that is what is coming from Frank Shaibu and Atiku of PDP, analyzing the impact of that statement made by Tinubu in his address, that any court order or judgment that will truncate democracy will no longer be tolerated, meaning that he has a dictatorial tendency in him. So let's see how that goes as the tribunal progresses.